message? I haven't seen a reaction. Congratulations to that young couple. I guess she's announcing to the television audience. I guess he knew already.
You would hope.
That's Zach Moss going to get reset at the top of your picture. As Gardner Minshew back to the air. His pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Logan Hall got a hand on the football. Let's take a little sneak peek at our next gen stats powered by AWS. Arch, we know Todd Bowles loves to blitz with his defenses.
Always been a big fan of pressure, and you see 39.5% blitz rate. That's third, but it hasn't necessarily led to affecting the quarterback. 31st as far as pressure rate, and they've given up big plays when they have blitzed the quarterback. So that's not a typical of what you'd like to see if you're Todd Bowles.
And today navigating without his star, Levante David. Minshew's pass batted down again. I mean, Kalijah Cansey. So multiple deflections at the line of scrimmage for both defenses. We know these aren't the tallest of quarterbacks on both sides with Baker and Minshew.
Oh, and one thing they're really doing a nice job of is getting Minshew to flush with inside pressure and then a wraparound. That was the other way, but getting inside, you've seen that a couple times when they spike somebody right up the middle in his face, get him to flush, and the second time somebody wrapping around and affecting the pass.
Cansey, the 19th overall pick in the draft, really starting to show some signs. First year kid out of Pitt. Minshew feels the pocket start to collapse here. He gets away, fires, completes. Alec Pierce appears to be a little bit short of the line of the game, but boy, that's Minshew at his best, breaking away, scrambling to buy himself some time.
If you look at his big play tape in the last few games of the season, a lot of the bigger, more explosive passing plays down the field have come when Minshew has gotten outside the pocket.
Boy, he sent his punt team out, and now the offense. Maybe you heard the reaction, the boos from the fans.
I think he got persuaded by the crowd.
Arch, it's almost a surprise when teams don't go for it in this spot.
Yeah.
Fourth and less than a yard.
Tampa's got a tough front that it is hard to move them off the football.
So they will not, in fact, go for it as we'll get the flag here.
Prior to the play clock expiring, Indianapolis calls its first timeout of the half. 32nd timeout.
All right, so that's a wild sequence. Offense comes off the field, punt team comes on, then the punt team comes off, and they call a timeout.
Well, you got to hope that if they did all that just to try to draw them off sides, and that's a waste of a timeout. So I would imagine the offense is going to stay out there on the field.
Meantime, what a play by Carlton Davis.
Yeah.
To prevent that first down play by Pierce. So here comes Minshew. As he looks down at that sheet on what is a 4th and 1 officially.
One key to remember that Ryan Kelly, one of the best run blockers on this football team, is not playing in this game.
Wesley French making his 3rd start of the year at center. That's Zach Moss, the lone setback on 4th and 1. Minshew fakes, pulls it back, and he's got Pittman wide open. Brilliantly done by Minshew. The sleight of hand, everyone faked. And Antoine Winfield finally makes the tackle. They gash him for 24.
This is such a well-designed play. The RPO, run pass option. And Tampa Bay, whether it's hard to tell whether they ran a blitz or if they just reacted to the run, but Minshew reads it perfectly and hits Pittman in the flat.
Zach Moss is going to stay on the field here on 1st and 10 as they work now inside the Bucs 30. Here's Moss trying to bounce it to the outside. Picks up 2, maybe 3. But how about the play call here by Shane Steichen as it works beautifully?
Yep, and they're going to fake here, but then Pittman's going to go here to the flat, and you get double slants. And he reads it perfectly. And again, it's really hard to tell whether or not, Christian Izien was supposed to blitz or if he just reacted to the run. But nonetheless, man-to-man coverage, and they just drop Pittman to the flat.
That last name, Pittman, of course, will ring familiar for Tampa Bay fans. His father, Michael Sr., team that made him famous. One-time running back for Tampa Bay. As Pittman, another catch. Spins his way up the numbers. That's a first down connection. As Gardner Minshew, who started just 1 for 5, has now completed 7 straight. They pick up a dozen.
Well, right now he's dealing a little bit. How he rips this ball in between 3 Tampa Bay defenders. That was really a pretty play.
Fakes the handoff here. Little sidearm delivery. Finds Downs. Downs cutting back. Inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. Finally tackled by Winfield and Christian Izien. They pick up 13.
Such a good play by Downs. Such a good play. It was 2-on-1, and he's able to beat Davis to the inside to pick up the extra 3 or 4 yards.
Lone setback is Moss.
Watch, they love the run-pass option when they get inside the 5-yard line.
There it is again. Minshew's pass a little bit off target, looking again for Downs. Remember, Downs has been ailed a little bit by a knee injury the last 2 games. Hasn't quite been the same. That's been a big reason why they haven't been the same offense, Arch, through their last 2 wins.
Yeah, he really has a good feel. And they do a really nice job when teams play both of their safeties back to match him up underneath on linebackers. And he has shown great instincts underneath, catching and running with the football.
Injured Tampa Bay defender is Yaya Diaby. Another one of Todd Bowles' first-year players who's starting to get comfortable in this defense. A couple of sacks last week. Their 3rd-round pick out of Louisville. As we go downstairs to Amanda, who actually spoke to him this week.
I did. It's interesting. When you ask any coach on this staff about Josh Downs, the first thing they'll say to you is some version of, he's a coach's son, so he understands things differently. And when I asked Downs what that meant, he pointed first to his work ethic, something that's been ingrained in him his entire life. And you talk about that knee injury. Well, his dad was a running back in the league for 6 years, and he dealt with a really serious knee injury the last 2 seasons of his career. So who better to lean on for advice and support than your own father, who coached you and knows exactly what you're going through right now.
Yeah, that kind of knowledge, just invaluable. See what Downs has done. Still among the rookie leaders, despite the fact that he's been slow. Didn't play this entire second half against the Panthers in that game 3 weeks ago. They go wildcat here. Taylor, direct snap, looking for a seam, and it's not there. Terrific play by Shaquille Barrett. And also Devin White was right there for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, well, you see, Indy, they have to get creative. Now, Tampa Bay, their defense is really good in the red zone. They're #1 as far as allowing touchdowns this season. And, you know, where their problem has been is just making plays and giving up the explosive pass. But they have a really strong run front inside, led by Vita Vea. So, again, you have to get creative if you're going to find a way to get into the end zone.
It's Pittman in motion, 3rd and goal. Minshew rolling out, looking. He's going to run it for it, and he's in. Touchdown! Minshew gives him the little shimmy shake, and he is dealing for the Colts. Every scoring play subject to automatic review.
Well, listen, I know he came in with a foot, but Devin White's got to make this play. You're one-on-one with Gardner Minshew, and you've got to run from inside out. He's running to cut him off and completely overruns him. What a play by Minshew, but Devin White's got to be able to make that play.
And he has made that play for so many years in his career, but no White, almost a victim of his own success. He set the bar so high over the years. Starting to take a little bit of heat. That's a play we've seen him make so many times. But Minshew able to bang it in. And it's all, Arch, is that they look up. They've got a chance to end today in a tie atop first place in the NFC South.
Well, to me, it starts on this drive.
Pitch play here. White, that's a fumble. Live football. He's able to fall on it, but they're going to lose yardage here all the way back to the 18-yard line.
Spiro, as I was saying, it starts on this drive, and this is not a good way to start this drive. just an easy toss, and White losing some concentration. But you know, one of the big stories from last week was the fact that they only had 26 plays in that first half against San Francisco, only 3 possessions. And they really felt because they got behind, they couldn't stick with their run game, they got off balance. And really the same thing, they're in danger of the same thing happening here in this game. They had a 15-play drive, a 2-play drive, and a 3-play drive. So they have got to put something together on this drive for Tampa Bay.
This is where White has been so good. One of the best pass-catching running backs in the NFL this season. Tackled out of bounds by E.J. Speed. And that's going to set him up with another 3rd and long here with 8 and change remaining.
I know that Baker Mayfield really, he understands the importance of this drive, but again, you're 3rd and 10. You just can't force it. You can't press. And just be disciplined. Yes, you've got to make a throw. You've got to extend this. But don't give a defense right now that's playing with a lot of confidence one more reason to go out there and make a play.
Bucs go empty here. 3rd down pass. Mayfield underneath. White trying to make a play. He's going to be well short. Kenny Moore was putting together a terrific season. One of the bright spots on the back end of this Colts defense was there.
And see, look, on this play, Spiro, I really felt like there was an opportunity right here to make this play. Baker Mayfield had somebody open right here. I'm surprised that he wasn't able, that he didn't pull the trigger.
It's Evans.
Yeah, he's right there, but he just looks at White the entire time. That was an opportunity to make a big throw.
So Camarda boots it away after they go 3 and out. And Camarda's had a couple of booming punts so far. This will take a Tampa Bay bounce. It'll settle right around the 8, maybe 7-yard line. 64-yard punt for Camarda after he had a 59-yarder earlier. So Tampa Bay's offense, nothing going so far. They're down 14 points on season.
How did Taylor make anything out of this run? I don't know, but they decide to give it to him. Right after it, he rewards them with a touchdown. And then Minshew, one-on-one outside the pocket, makes the guy miss and gets into the end zone. Really, this is the epitome of running an efficient offense so far for Shane Steichen.
Here's Zach Moss, who was sensational the first 3 weeks of the season before Jonathan Taylor was able to join this team. As we go downstairs to Amanda.
Well, Spiro, in those meetings, Gardner Minshew was visibly excited when talking about how beneficial the bye week was for them. He stressed that it gave him time to heal from those bumps and bruises that we never hear about. And he also gave the quarterback some time to self-scout. He told me that he came in ready to go over for his goals for improvement. Along with Coach Steichen, some of those things were cleaning up his footwork, being more disciplined, and ball security. So far, so good.
Yeah, Amanda, great stuff. Steichen watching a lot of football last Sunday. So it felt nice to be a fan with all the screens watching games. That pass is intercepted. Carlton Davis. Boy, Tampa Bay needed a play, and it's Davis with a takeaway.
Well, this is just miscommunication because Gardner Minshew throws this football as if he's expecting Downs to run an out cut, but Downs sits it down. And so really wasn't sure, is it man, is it zone, where are you supposed to be? Again, Minshew tries to throw it with anticipation, but Carlton Davis, who I really believe needed a big game. It's been a tough few weeks for Carlton Davis, but so far in this game, he has been outstanding.
Well, the Bucs just have to cash this in here as they desperately try to get their offense on track. White on the tote, picks up 3, maybe 4. As Samson Ebukam on the tackle. Now, this has been really the X factor. When Minshew has been able to take care of the football, this has been an entirely different offense.
And a lot of his interceptions are trying to do too much or making a bad decision. That one was just not being on the same page. Again, it's hard to say who was to blame on that, but clearly both he and Downs not able to connect on that play, and a great opportunity, exactly what Tampa needs.
Baker moves around in the pocket, throws far side. That
oh my goodness!
Is snatched out of the air. Oh, Payne Durham He's short of the end zone. Unbelievable catch. In traffic, you thought maybe pick. Holy smokes.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, he just takes it away from Darrell Baker Jr. Spiro, that's kind of what I looked like during the Turkey Bowl when I was playing against, all the 11-year-olds. I had a couple interceptions where I just stood over them and snatched the ball just like that.
Just a wild catch by Durham, the rookie, 5th-round pick out of Purdue. 1st and goal. Mayfield puts a man under it. Wide open is Evans. It's a touchdown if it stands. We'll check the flag here. That gets some of the Buccaneer fans here in the out of their seats. Here's Cleve Blakeman.
Offside. Defense number 93 lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are right back in it. Brand new game.
Yeah, this is just a miscommunication. I'm not sure. Watch Rodney Thomas. He's expecting to have a call right here with Jalen Jones. He thinks they're going to pass it off. Jones stays on it, and Mike Evans wide open. A nice job from Baker Mayfield to spot that and get it out to Evans, but a miscommunication from the Colts. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Mike Evans, career touchdown catch number 89, his 8th of the season. And the point after by Chase McLaughlin is good. So the Minshew turnover, miscommunication with his rookie Josh Downs, the pick by Carlton Davis.
Yeah, Spiro, talk about a wonderful way to give thanks. On Tuesday, the Colts held their 11th annual Horseshoe Helpings event. They helped pack up and distribute more than 43,000 pounds of food through both drive-through and walk-up stations here at Lucas Oil Stadium. They gave out Thanksgiving meals to 2,000 Indianapolis families in need.
Man, to love to see it this time of year. So many people, so many families in need. Wonderful job by some of these Colts players getting out into their community. So how does Minshew now pick up the pieces after his first turnover of the day? They begin at the 25 as they protect this 7-point lead. Minshew, wobbly pass, and it is, what's the call here? Pittman had it. We'll see how the officials rule it here. Now it looks like they're going to say incomplete. Boy, Pittman had what appeared to be a contested catch. But it is indeed an incompletion.
Well, I thought when he threw this, that was a dangerous pass. You see Servassier Dennis, he's underneath, and a great drive on the football by Zion McCollum. But a very dangerous pass, and Shane Steichen continuing to go pass first against this Tampa Bay defense.
McCollum, by the way, making a start today for the injured Jamel Dean, who's out today with the ankle. On 2nd down, Minshew's pass under a little bit of duress. Post-Thanksgiving treats. Hoping that their defense can tighten the clamps here. 7-point game as Baker Mayfield and company take over at their own 22-yard line. You see what Mayfield has done. Did have the turnover that cost them as they go to the ground game. This is White. 1st down run. Finally brought down by Julian Blackmon, a pickup of 13. Boy, what a whirlwind it's been for Baker Mayfield. Changes of dresses through the holiday seasons the last couple of years. Of course, last year began with Carolina, ends up with the Rams. A stunning come-from-behind win on a Thursday night last December for L.A. And here he is, signed a 1-year deal to take over their quarterback position. And he's got a chance with this team right in the playoff mix as they play in a 7-point hole here in Indy in Week 12. One setback is Edmonds. Little misdirection. This is Edmonds breaking free. So back-to-back 1st down runs as they desperately try to get Dave Canales' running attack going.
Well, because they've been able to cut this to just a 7-point game, to me, I really believe that Tampa Bay should be able to try to get their run game going. And if you look at the Colts run defense, they really haven't played the run very well in their last 4 games. Some of that has been some quarterback run, but they have given up a lot of explosive runs. And I do believe that without Grover Stewart in the game, the inside of this defense, you can move the football.
Stewart still unavailable, serving that suspension. Baker's pass over the middle. Dangerous ball intended for Godwin. There is a flag thrown here. It's all the way back behind the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 23, going low into the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Boy, that's Kenny Moore, and that's a game changer for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, he's going to spin back around, and then he's just going to try and, he's doing everything he can to try and get to Baker Mayfield and sack the quarterback. One of those tough situations that it's pretty much every week there's gonna probably be 2, 3, 4 defensive calls that people aren't going to agree with, but that's just the way it goes.
Anything low around the knees or below of a quarterback is going to get the attention of the official. In this new NFL world we're all navigating. First down as Tampa Bay gets a fresh set of downs again. But just get back to their running game that has been a struggle, really. You go back the last decade, but it's such a big piece of how Dave Canales wants this offense to operate, and they're desperately trying to get that thing going.
Well, it is a staple, and they believe that by no means do they want to be a conservative offense, but just where he comes from in Seattle, the same philosophy of Todd Bowles. They want to be a physical, punishing run game and build everything off of that.
White again, as they have really committed to that ground game here. White ducks his way inside the 35. Good block that time by his left tackle, Wirfs. Picks up 5. See what they've done, run, pass, as they gear up here for a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, they're 3 and 6. 3 of 6 so far today on 3rd down, and much like it was.
Fort Wayne Bishop winning the Class 2A state title. Also congratulations to East Central and Ben Davis on their state championships as well. Big 3rd and 4. It would be a 51-yard field goal from right here, but they're going to get a first down with White. And that ground attack suddenly coming to life. There is a flag thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Boy, that's the 2nd penalty against Aaron Stinney, the left guard.
You see he was working against DeForest Buckner, and I don't see a lot there, Spiro.
They were aided by that penalty against Kenny Moore, but this one makes it really difficult. Knocks him out of field goal range.
That's a huge call. And now if you don't pick this up and the clock either stops or you call a timeout, it gives the Colts really a good shot to try and get more points before half.
Mayfield's pass near side, looking for Godwin. Incomplete. Didn't look like Godwin was ready for the football. So perhaps a miscommunication there between he and Baker.
No, it's just a drop. And they've had 4 drops in their last 2 games.
And for Godwin, if it's ruled a drop, that'll be his first all season.
Yeah.
So the penalty against Stinney knocks him out of field goal range. Just a killer for Todd Bowles' Bucks.
Yeah, killer. And it's really kind of been the story here. It just seems to be something, whether it's an explosive play or a penalty or just something that just goes wrong that kind of stops Tampa Bay in their tracks.
Well, they need a bounce there. They don't get it off the right leg of Camarda, as that'll give Gardner Minshew some breathing room at the 20-yard line, as Indy will have 2 timeouts left. A reminder to keep it here. Verizon halftime report comes your way next. JB, Phil, Boomer, and Coach Cowher gets you around the league. 2 key stories as far as these 2 teams go, with the Saints playing Atlanta, New Orleans atop the NFC South, and Jacksonville, Houston, and a big one out in Houston today. We'll get you updated on those 2 games. See what Shane Steichen's offense has done so far in this one. But Gardner Minshew's been a little shaky. Threw the pick.
Yeah.
Probably should have had a 2nd interception that was dropped by Winfield. Where is he psychologically? They begin off the legs of Moss. How about that drive starter? Finally brought down by Izzy, and they pick up 16.
Yeah, this is a tough play. Tackle trap. And they're going to bring Braden Smith all the way from that right side and lead up on Devin White. And Zach Moss goes right down the pipe for a nice gain on first down.
Here's Moss taking on tacklers. Remember, Moss, first 4 weeks of the season, was averaging over 111